Ever wondered why some artists can cover a song freely, while others get sued for sampling just 2 seconds of a beat? Today we're breaking down samples, covers, and infringement in the music business. What's legal, what's risky, and how musicians can protect themselves. What is a sample? A sample is an existing piece of someone else's master recording, maybe a drum break, a riff, or even a single word. If you use this in one of your own tracks, it is called sampling. That recording actually has 2 owners. 1, the songwriter or publisher, who controls the composition, and 2, the label or artist, who owns the master recording. To use a sample legally, you normally need a license for both sides, one for the composition and one for the master recording. Skip either one and you are in risky territory. Sample clearance, replays, and interpolations. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes you don't actually need both licenses. If you don't want to pay for the master recording license, you can create what is called a replay. That means you re-record the part of the song yourself instead of lifting the original audio. This is also known in the industry as an interpolation. Basically when you borrow the melody but record it by yourself. That way you only need to clear the publishing rights. You don't need the label's permission for the master because you never used the recording. A great example is Kanye West's hit Stronger. The hook comes from Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. But instead of using Daft Punk's original recording, Kanye's team recreated that part. That meant they only had to clear the publishing side and not the master recording. So remember, sampling is using the original audio where you need both the publishing and the master licenses. Interpolation or replay is re-recording it by yourself where you only need the publishing clearance. It's a clever workaround that's become a huge part of the modern music industry production. Part 2. What is a cover? A cover is a second or later recording of an existing composition or song. Releasing your own cover song is different. And the good news is that covers are usually much easier to do legally. But there are rules you need to follow. Here are the 5 rules for recording covers and how to apply them. Rule number 1. Covers are for audio only. A cover license lets you release your own sound recording for streaming, downloads or CDs. It doesn't automatically give you video rights. Rule number 2. Don't change the song. You must keep the lyrics and melody the same. You can change the style or arrangement, but not rewrite the tune or the words. Rule number 3. Record it yourself. A cover means making your own recording from scratch. You can't borrow any of the original audio from the master recording. Rule number 4. Get the right license. The songwriter still deserves royalties. Normally this means getting a mechanical license, but here's the key. If you follow all these cover rules, in the US this becomes a compulsory license. That means you don't need the publisher's permission to cover the song. You just pay the royalties and they can't stop you from releasing it. Rule number 5. If you want to use it for video, it needs extra permission. A compulsory license only covers audio. If you want to sync your cover to YouTube, TikTok or film, you will need sync rights from the publisher. One important note, compulsory licenses are a US rule. Not every country has the same system. In some places, like much of Europe, you may still need direct publisher permission, even for audio-only covers. Always check the rules where you release your music. An example is this. One of the best known cases of this is Dolly Parton's song I Will Always Love You. She wrote and recorded it in the 1970s, and then in 1992, Whitney Houston recorded her own version for the Bodyguard soundtrack. Whitney's version was a cover. She didn't change the lyrics or melody. She re-recorded the song completely and royalties flowed back to Dolly as a songwriter. That cover, released under the rules of a compulsory license, went on to become one of the biggest selling singles of all time. So that shows how powerful covers can be. A new voice, new interpolation, but the law ensures the original songwriter still gets paid. Copyright infringement. Infringement happens when you use copyrighted music without the right licenses. Sometimes it's obvious, like using a melody, or other times it's more subtle. Copying a feel or groove can still land you in court. To see how this plays out, let's look at 2 famous cases. First up, Blurred Lines. In 2013, Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams released a smash hit that dominated radio. But Marvin Gaye's family claimed it sounded too much like his 1970 track Got to Give It Up. Here's the wild part. They didn't sample Marvin Gaye's recording, and they didn't copy the exact melody or lyrics. What they did was capture a similar groove, like the bass line, the party atmosphere and the vibe. And in 2015, a jury ruled in Gaye's favor, awarding his estate more than $5 million. That case shook the music industry, because it proved you could get sued not just for stealing notes, but for being too close to another artist's style. Now compare that with Vanilla Ice in 1990. His hit Ice Ice Baby used the iconic bass line from Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure. This wasn't about style or inspiration, it was a direct copy. At first Vanilla Ice even tried to claim it was slightly different, but everybody could hear it. He eventually settled out of court and gave Queen and Bowie their credit and royalties. Together these stories show the spectrum. Blurred Lines was fined for copying a vibe, whereas Ice Ice Baby was fined for directly copying the audio. Both prove one thing. In music, the line between inspiration and infringements are razor thin. So here's the big picture. Covers are recreations, samples are borrowings, and infringement happens when you skip the rules. If you want to go even deeper into this subject, I cover it in my book, The Complete Music Industry Guide, that's available now on Amazon. If you found this breakdown useful, hit subscribe and watch my other videos to learn more about the music business.